Hi everybody, how are you? I'm just making a short video to just wrap up this week and what you should have learned in the course of this week. So we would have done 2 lessons on static electricity. So I'm just showing you. So this is your static electricity booklets. So if you were away and you did not get a booklet, I put the whole booklet in PDF format on Google Classroom. So that's right at the top of the page on static electricity. So what should you have done by now? So if you look at that first page, it's quite a good idea to just read over this first bit, which is essential knowledge from year 10. Just read over it, highlight it, and maybe you could make your own notes on what you think is important. It's about what's electric charge, there's positive and negative charge. Then if you go on to the next page, this page which says static electricity. So we have actually done whatever is here, and just until point 6. The only thing we haven't done is that very last one. So we've done like most of it. It's a really short topic, so we'll finish it halfway through next week. So the first lesson was about what is static electricity, which we did the first lesson last term, about there being 2 types of charges, positive and negative charges, and that like charges repel and unlike charges attract. And we also did this lesson on how is it that we can charge objects by rubbing it, and insulators are the ones that hold charge. But if you try to charge up a conductor like a metal rod, the charge will not hold because the charges can flow easily through conductors. Okay, now, and then the worksheet that we did was this one. So this is one that you try and do yourself. It's got some blanks, so fill in what you can, and we've posted the answers for you. So just to explain what is happening over here, you have a rod that's been rubbed with wool or silk or something, a perspex rod or a plastic rod, an insulator, so that it's positively charged. And what's actually happening is you're bringing the rod towards, say, an uncharged piece of paper, a very light piece of paper. Now, anything that's uncharged will have both positive as well as negative charges distributed over it. But because unlike charges attract, as the rod gets closer and closer to this uncharged piece of paper, the negative charges get towards the closer end of the rod. Positives don't move, they stay where they are because the positive charges are within the nucleus of the atom, but the electrons are the negative charges, and they are kind of slightly free to move. So they kind of go towards the outside, and that is why when it gets quite close, the paper, if it's light enough, will jump up and attract the rod, and it'll stay there. And I put a little video of Mr. Townsend doing this experiment, so you would have seen that. Okay, so the negative and positive charges attract, and that's why a paper sticks. So you should have done this. So this was your first lesson, your Thursday's lesson. Okay, and today's lesson was about the electroscope, which is the next page. So this is what you were expected to do, this page here. And also, this is quite a useful page to do. It's again about the electroscope, and we do have lots and lots of electroscopes in school, but because we are all at home, I don't have a video of us actually doing that experiment with the electroscope. Let me see if I can get one online. I kind of like to use my own resources, but this is how much you expect to do by the end of today's lesson. I know in the electroscope lesson there's a little bit about the Van de Graaff generator. I would say at this moment don't worry about the Van de Graaff generator because we have a whole lesson on that a little later. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. And on Monday, when you normally have your physics in period 4, which is from 1:15 to 2:15. So I thought I'll make myself available on Google Chat from about 1:45 to 2. So as you're working through your work, and if you have any queries, I will be there for those 15 minutes to help you. So I hope this makes sense, and let me know if there's any other way that I can help you. I've also posted notes. It's not my own notes. Those are Mrs. Roberts' notes. But if you want anything more, just let me know and I'm happy to help. So bye for now and have a good weekend.